Today, the jury in the Lindsay Clancy murder trial in Massachusetts is expected to hear from a psychiatric nurse practitioner who treated Clancy before prosecutors say she killed her 3 young children. Well, the defense pressed a psychiatrist about her experience with postpartum psychosis on Monday and why she prescribed certain medications. She and another doctor have both testified Clancy seemed overwhelmed and depressed, but did not appear to be a danger to herself or others. Testimony turned intense during a cross-examination when she was pressed about her notes.
I don't care what it says. I know what I meant.
The defense argues she was over-medicated and suffering from postpartum psychosis. A reminder here, if you or someone you know is in crisis, free and confidential help is always available by calling or texting 988.